I like what's the guy from Japan?
Inoue?
Yeah.
Like, do you foresee potentially at someday you guys meeting together, maybe at a catch weight, or maybe if he keeps going up in weight?
Probably.
Yeah.
That would be like a fun fight.
It'd be crazy.
Yeah, that would be a fun fight. Now that would be second. That fight right there, like me and him. But I think I'll be too big for him.
Probably, yeah, because
I'll be
he's
too
22.
big.
Yeah.
But that fight would be like.
Tank Davis just threw his name into the most dangerous conversation in boxing by calling out the monster himself, Naoya Inoue. And now two of the most feared punchers on the planet are expected to collide, while at the same time Naoya Inoue suggests his approach will center on disciplined boxing and controlled pressure before capitalizing on opportunities to secure stoppage when the moment arrives.
Fight are we going to expect to see?
まあ賢く頭を使って賢く頭を使って最後は KO する瞬間をお見せしたいと思います。
I'll fight in a smart way, and then I will.
While Inoue addresses the growing discussion around a potential fight with Davis by emphasizing the mutual respect that exists between elite fighters, since Inoue praises Davis as a high-level competitor and openly admires the talent and skill set he brings into the sport at every turn.
You know, I have a lot of respect for him, and I'm very fond of him as a fighter. And yeah, we basically communicate on this.
Likewise, Davis acknowledges that a fight with Naoya Inoue could become possible under the right conditions, but does not view it as a realistic matchup at this stage because Davis believes the gap between their divisions makes the fight difficult to justify competitively for both sides involved.
Yeah, if I can get down to 130 and he can move up a little bit, yeah, that would be cool. But I don't really see myself really like fighting him. Like, that would be a reach, you know? Or if I like, probably, I don't see myself fighting him. Not really.
To the discussion, Bob Arum dismisses the idea of Inoue facing Davis by arguing the size and weight difference between them makes the matchup unrealistic, since Arum believes Inoue has already built massive success in Japan and sees no logical reason for him to move so far beyond his natural division to face a much bigger opponent at all.
And now he's worked his way up to 122. He is a tremendous star in Japan. Virtually nobody in Japan knows who Tank Davis is. And why would Inoue now, who is undersized at 122, talk about fighting a guy who's essentially a junior welterweight at 140 pounds? It makes absolutely no sense.
Moreover, Leonard Erbry rejects the idea of Inoue facing Davis, citing the size difference as too dangerous because Ellerbe argues the physical gap creates unnecessary risk for Inoue and insists a fight like that could damage the legacy he is already building in the sport today.
Compared to the kid, he fights at 22.
That's what
so what would Tank look like calling out at 22 pounds? But sometimes people that's like a death trap. You don't want to do nothing like that. It's like, let that man live and let him continue.
Continuing the debate, Floyd Mayweather Jr. gives Inoue strong credit for his technical ability and disciplined defensive style because Mayweather believes a matchup with Davis at a negotiated weight would be one of boxing's most compelling matchups to witness and enjoy.
I think he's a hell of a fighter. A hell of a fighter. I won't take nothing away from him. Hell of a fighter. And I like him because I see he take a lot of my stuff from my playbook. It's okay. That's boxing. You're supposed to take from the greats. But what I would like to see is if he can fight Gervonta at a catch weight. That'd be a hell of a.
Furthermore, Manny Pacquiao believes Inoue would match up well against Davis if they competed under equal physical conditions because he points to Inoue's speed and aggressive offensive style, while also praising Inoue's approach in the ring and comparing elements of his fighting style to the way he competed earlier in his own career with great success.
Inoue.
Why is that? Why does Inoue beat Gervonta if they couldn't figure out a fight?
Inoue is fast. Inoue, I'm proud of him. He's from Japan in Asia in our place. So
his style is like when I was young, like 15, like when I was 115, 122, 100.
Expanding his thought, Coach Calvin Ford and Kenny Ellis acknowledge Inoue as a talented fighter with speed and power, but believe a matchup with Davis would favor Davis because of the physical advantages he brings into the ring, and they argue that Davis' size, strength, and natural punching force would eventually become the deciding factors in the fight without question.
It's entertaining. I'm gonna tell you that, you know what I'm saying? I know things that he won't be able to do over here. He won't be able to do over here, so.
It doesn't matter what he does or doesn't do. Kenny, what would happen if he knew he's a great fighter, power, speed, steps in the ring with a Gervonta Davis, 29-0, 27 knockouts?
Tank will knock him out.
Why do you say that?
Adding another perspective, Mike Tyson ranks Inoue among the top fighters in boxing today and remains open to the possibility of a future matchup with Davis because Tyson suggests a middle ground in weight could make the contest more practical while still matching two elite-level fighters against each other in the ring.
Do you think he's the best pound for pound, or the winner of this fight is the best fighter in the world?
Japanese fighter is the best fighter. My opinion, no, I'm nobody, but I think it's the best fighter.
Mike, the idea's been thrown out there for him to move up to 130 fights and fight Gervonta Davis down the line. Did you see that fight happening?
Yeah, listen, how much you want to move? He's 122 now, right?
He's 122, he'd be going to 135.
Why don't they fight 132?
While Chris Allieri praises Inoue for carrying a rare level of presence and confidence that separates him from most fighters in the sport, because Algieri argues that Inoue maintains complete composure under pressure and continues controlling fights even after facing difficult moments in the ring with calm and skill.
Different. He does. He's a rock star. He is a rock star. He comes to the ring. It's almost like he's levitating on the above the ground. And listen, I've never seen a fighter get rocked the way that he.
Same time, Roy Jones Jr. ranks Davis among boxing's elite fighters because of his ability to combine technical skill with knockout power, since Jones argues Davis separates himself from most fighters by controlling distance, moving effectively from different angles, and adjusting his attack in multiple ways as a southpaw. And he adds that Davis is one of the best ones out there, even if he does not always get the respect he truly deserves for his complete game.
They don't get less respect for it, but one of the best ones out there. Now his mouth a little different, you know what I'm saying? He's a different kind of character when it comes to mouth. Yeah. Because that's where he's from. But he's really one of the pound the best ones of the coop. And I'm gonna tell you why he's the best one of the coop to me. He can punch, but he also can box. You understand me? Some that can box can't punch. Some that can punch can't box. He can box, he can punch, he can move laterally, he can do it left side, right side, he can do whatever he needs to do as a southpaw to get the job done. And that's saying a lot.
Furthermore, Roy praises Inoue as one of the most dangerous fighters in boxing because he argues his performances deserve far more global recognition, since Jones believes Inoue's dominance, power, and consistency separate him from the rest of the elite fighters in the sport today. Without
born over there in the name of Inoue, he just won. That is a bad dude, you hear me? Say what you want, I know he's way over there in Japan or whatever he is, but that is a bad dude. You understand me? They don't give him credit because we don't see him that much. That dude right there.
On the other hand, Andre Rozier believes Davis would overpower Inoue in a fight at lightweight because of the major physical differences between them, since Rozier argues that Inoue would eventually be forced into dangerous exchanges where Davis' size, strength, and punching force would become too much to handle in that fight over the full distance.
If he gets in the firing line, and he's going to have to because he's not a big guy, if he gets in the firing line, Tank is going to smoke him. That's what's going to happen. I'm dealing with just the physicalities and the capabilities of these men. Tank will smoke Inoue if they fight.
Continuing his thought, Rozier views Davis as eventually stopping Naoya Inoue because of the major power and physical advantages Davis brings into the ring. And Rozier argues Inoue has proven durable throughout his career, but believes Davis' ability to consistently hurt opponents would ultimately shift the fight out of Inoue's control in the later rounds.
Would stop at 35. I don't know about 130. That's idle talk right now. But at 35, utter destruction. There's no way that, I mean, anybody could get dropped, but he's never been dropped. Anybody could be hurt. I've never seen him wobbled or falling across the ring. He has done that to many people. And if Inoue should happen to find himself anywhere in that spectrum of 135 pounds, Tank is going to knock him out.
Even Espinoza considers a potential fight between Inoue and Davis an interesting possibility because he points to Inoue's ability to maintain effectiveness while climbing divisions, and Espinoza acknowledges the physical difference between them remains significant, but still views the matchup as a fascinating stylistic challenge for both men involved.
Look, he's come up a lot of weight already, but he's been carrying the power the whole time. So, look, yeah, it sounds a little bit crazy now, thinking about where they are at 122, but look, it's only 13 more pounds. Yeah, no, you're right, but you know, it's intriguing. You know, I would love to see Inoue and Tank, you know.
Meanwhile, Coach Bremen believes a fight between Inoue and Davis would place Inoue at a major physical disadvantage because of the difference in natural size and strength between them, since he argues Davis carries the same level of talent while bringing far more punching power and physical force into the matchup overall.
35, I think is a bit unfair. He just don't have the frame for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just don't have a frame. I don't know no other way to say it. Like, he is just, I think it's just too much to ask for him, and then people want him to fight Tank. Tank is just as talented as he is, but way bigger. Tank could hurt him, man. You know what I'm saying? That's not, like, I don't think that's a...
Moreover, Greg Hackett considers a matchup between Inoue and Davis deserves serious consideration because of how their styles could interact in the ring, and Hackett argues the physical gap between them is being overstated and views the fight as more balanced than many critics believe, since it is always going to come down to the paper, and he would like to see it just because it is an interesting style matchup, and that is why not so much, because he wants to see anyone get beaten badly.
And I would like to see it just because it is an interesting style matchup. I mean, that's why. Not so much because I want to see Inoue get outed. It's just that the style matchup is intriguing. And we're not talking about a 6-foot guy. We're talking about a guy that's 5'6" versus a guy that's 5'4". I mean, that's a good matchup. You know what I mean?
Regarding the matchup, Robert Garcia respects Inoue as a top-level fighter, but questions the fairness of matching him against Davis because of the major gap in natural size between them, and Garcia argues the same standards should apply across boxing when discussing fighters moving far beyond their natural divisions for elite-level matchups that demand physical parity.
Inoue is a great fighter, but he's too small. You know, we're talking 1, 2, 3 divisions. Yeah. 3 divisions. So in that case, he's not talking about Tank fighting Charlo at 154, right? That's also 3. No, but Crawford's only 2 divisions. Yeah, that's true. With Charlo, that's 3 divisions. Yeah, so right. He's not even Crawford. He's not talking about Tank fighting Crawford. So it goes both ways, you know. Obviously he probably prefers Tank to take the advantage.
Continuing his thoughts, Robert Garcia considers a matchup between Inoue and Davis more realistic than many assume, because he praises Inoue's overall ability, while also downplaying the physical difference between the two fighters, and Garcia suggests the gap in size and height is not as significant as critics often claim, which makes the matchup more competitive on paper for fans to enjoy.
But actually, looks like I think Inoue is badass, bro, and I don't think Tank is much bigger than size, height-wise. I don't think he's maybe even Inoue is a little bit taller than him, or maybe they're about the same height.
Continuing the breakdown, Robert Garcia gives Inoue full credit as an elite fighter, but still favors Davis because of the exceptional power and finishing ability he carries into the ring, since Garcia argues that if Davis lands cleanly, Inoue would struggle to recover from the impact against a puncher of that level. And they asked Manny Pacquiao to say who wins between Tank and Inoue if they were in the same way, and Manny said Inoue is too fast for him.
Who wins between Tank and Inoue if they were in the same way? And Manny said Inoue is too fast. Tank is very fast. I think Tank wins. If Tank lands on Inoue like Neri did,
they were the same way. Well, who would have won? Fucking Benito Lopez or Tyson if they were in the same way?
Tyson. No, but Tank, but Cardenas landed. Cardenas, what's his name? He landed. If that's Tank, Inoue's not getting up. Same thing with Neri. He is special, but Tank's more.
However, Adrian Broner argues Davis should continue facing opponents he can dominate while building his position in the sport, and Broner also predicts Davis would overwhelm Inoue in a direct matchup because of the physical and stylistic advantages he brings into the ring without much trouble.
Man, at this point, you know, it's so many guys for him to fight. But I think, honestly, you know, I think they should put him in there with somebody to just wipe out. You know, just keep going.
Do you think Inoue should move up and fight Tank?
Man, Tank will knock that motherfucker out.
He destroyed?
Destroy him, still Showbiz, the adult explains that a lower catch weight would favor Inoue, but expects Davis to take control once the size difference shifts more in his favor, and Showbiz still considers Davis one of boxing's most naturally gifted fighters, while also acknowledging that other champions have accomplished more across divisions and in pound-for-pound discussions over the years.
Too low for Tank. I'll probably go Inoue at 130. Anything north of 130, I got Tank. Who's a better fighter? I think Tank's a better fighter. But that all depends though. If you think Inoue's a better fighter than Tank, you got no argument from me, bro. But what I'm saying is, greatest fighters today, Inoue, Terrence Crawford. Like I said, when it comes to who's doing greater things, I got Bam Rodriguez over Gervonta Davis too. Like I got Canelo over Gervonta too. If I did a pound for pound list, it'd probably be at the bottom of my team. You know, everybody else doing better things as far as accomplishments. Well, who's the best fighter right now? Fighting ability? I got Gervonta. I think he's the best fighter.
The growing discussion around a potential super fight between Gervonta Davis and Naoya Inoue continues, dividing the boxing world with elite timing, explosive power, sharp counterpunching, and high-level ring IQ on both sides, and many now view the matchup as one of the most fascinating style clashes the sport could deliver. But if the fight eventually becomes reality, who would truly control the action once the pressure rises inside the ring? Would Inoue's precision and offensive discipline overcome the physical advantages of Davis? Or would Tank's size and power become too much to handle over time? So drop your prediction in the comments. And do not forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more boxing breakdowns and fight analysis.